So I used to struggle with some very severe mental health issues. That's part of the reason I call my stuff delusions and not illusions. And magic was a huge part in my recovering from that mental health crisis, those issues. And I wanted to share a little bit about that in this video, as it might be some help to you. Magic may seem like just a fun and kind of silly pastime, but in truth it can, or maybe it already does, help your mental health a ton. Practicing sleight of hand and making that incremental progress that magic is all about forces us to be in the moment. You're not thinking about the things that cause you anxiety while you're practicing sleight of hand. In order to get good, you need to focus completely and utterly on what you're doing. It's almost a meditative quality to it. And that's a marvelous place to take your mind. I find magic to be such an escape, such a source of peace, because for that brief moment while I'm practicing magic, I'm just fully, completely immersed in what I'm doing. Nothing else matters. When you're learning a new sleight of hand move, attention to minute detail is so important. The exact positioning of the cards in the hands, the exact positioning of the fingers, the exact little timing movements you're doing, and also making the move fit your own personality and your own mannerisms. Magic really does force us to be present, and it's one of the greatest gifts I've been given by this art form. The next way that magic helps with our mental health is it helps to lower the ego. Now, you may not think that with guys like Criss Angel. I know, so full of himself, he probably poops out Mind Freak bling. But sorry, Criss, I love you. I love your magic, but that ego, bro. I think lowering the ego is one of the most important lessons you can learn in magic, because nobody wants to be fooled by an arrogant asshole, right? It's like Nate Leipzig said. He said, they like to be fooled by a gentleman. I think that's totally true. I think setting the ego aside is so important to being likable in magic. Man, getting ego in check is so key for mental health. I know this from experience. Back when I was ill, ego was out of control. I was so self-centered, and it wasn't until I started getting my ego in check, which happened partly because of magic, that I started to feel better. I mean, tampered down ego is so essential for mental health. As I got better in magic, I started to listen to the masters a lot more, and I adopted the attitude of being a perpetual student. This helps to keep me grounded. Remember that true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. This will help you not only with your magic skill development, but also help you with being a more sane, more happy, and more peaceful person. So the flip side of this is that magic gives us confidence. While ego is something to be avoided, it's a bad thing, confidence is absolutely essential to mental health as well as to being a good performer. And as we develop skills that enable us to blow minds, to impress our friends, to command a room, to have all eyes on us, to attract attention, it really, really can give a huge boost to our confidence. I used to be so shy, I used to be so reserved, I used to be so like keep to myself and stuff, until I got into magic. And then magic gave me the ability to open up and to be more, it's funny because it was like a new me, but it was like really genuinely who I am as a person. I was more willing to let that true inside person outside and be less reserved. And that's all because of the confidence that magic gave me. The thing you have to be careful about here is to not let this confidence turn into ego, right? You got to keep the ego in check while boosting the confidence. To do that, if you can do that, you'll become an amazing magician, and you'll be way more happy, peaceful, and sane. The final way that magic helps with our mental health so much is it gets us out of our head and into the world. Particularly when you're performing, you should be fully present for that audience you're performing for, and that's the key, is for that audience you're performing for. It's all about giving them an experience, right? It's not about me anymore. I was taught in my recovery from mental illness that it's essential to be of service to others. In helping others, we help ourselves. When we make others feel good, we feel good ourselves. And magic is one of the places where that is so essential to keep in mind, because we've all seen the bumbling magician who's just so engrossed in what he's doing that he's not even like noticing his audience. I love this story that Andrew Gerard once told about witnessing a magician performing a rope routine, and one of the people in the audience turned to his buddy and turned to him and said, "I don't even think we need to be here for this." Like, the guy's just so into his own magic, he doesn't even, not there for the audience, right? And I think that's so essential to learn as a magician, and it also helps our mental health to get out of our heads and into the world around us. So, all in all, remember that when you're practicing and performing magic, you're actually helping your brain and your mind out a ton, right? Being present, keeping the ego in check, boosting confidence, getting out of your head. These are all essential things for well-being as well as magic. It's funny, you know, I used to suffer from my delusions. Now I share them with people and give them a beautiful moment of wonder and mystery to ponder. It's amazing how much magic has helped me in my life. How's magic helped you in your life? Have you found it helps your mental health? I know some people fiddling with cards helps with anxiety. Let me know in the comments what ways magic has helped you in your life. And yeah, it blows me away, you know, thinking that, like, at one point my delusions were destroying my life. Now they're making me live it.